Welcome to another edition of Community Corner, the program where we look at the unsung heroes of Ventura County, those who volunteer, who give of themselves in the nonprofit organizations. They are the reason Ventura County has such a high quality of life. We're very fortunate to have with us two members of United Parents. We have Mary Ellen Collins and Mike Voyles, and they've come to talk about United Parents.
Everything in the sessions sounds really great, but when we get home, the practical application is different. And often the parents are saying, but you don't understand, it's different when we get home. Well, what we do is we team with that therapist, that clinician, and we will have a parent partner work with the family in the home. That is the only disadvantage that most therapists have, is they're in their office when they're having their sessions. That is a lot of what we're all about, is trying to have the parent's voice heard, because often in the schools, just about anywhere, the parents blame, and quite honestly, it's not always their fault. I'll let Mary Ellen tell you a little bit about that.
We really
The greatest gift that the parent partner brings is the prerequisite to employment, which is that they have or are currently raising one of these children themselves. And that is a very different relationship when you're a parent and you're talking to a therapist who, very well educated, very well intended, may not be married, may not have children, and may not even have children with these same needs. So the great thing about the parent partner is, I've been there. I know what you're going through. And that dynamic in of itself is where the breakthroughs happen.
I could see that would be a great...
We also offer support groups throughout the county. So many of them offer childcare, and that's a great way for a parent that's just maybe even just not knowing exactly what's wrong, but parents always know when something's not quite right. And that's really the time to reach out. But the support groups are a great way for parents to be able to get together, share their concerns, and feel like they're not alone, that they're not bad parents. Mary Ellen is very honest, and the reason that she shares her story is because it's important for us as a community to know what services are working, which ones aren't, what we need to change, and more importantly, that the parent voice is being heard. Lots of decisions get made and lots of money gets thrown around, and often the parent's voice has not been included. What is it that it's a healthy outlet? Is it music? Is it the guy across the street that works on old cars that simply can take this boy in a little bit after school, show him a little bit about how to use some tools, get him excited about this car, the history of it and all, and before you know it, now this kid has an interest, and possibly he learns how to use some tools, and he may have employment as such. So it's finding the natural resources that are quite honestly readily available if we have the courage to just knock on some doors and ask people to step out of their comfort zone a little bit to help these youth today, because it's very difficult. What happens is the kid becomes isolated. And once he becomes isolated, then he's going to get picked on. And once he gets picked on, then he's going to lash out. And then here goes this entire cycle of a good kid that may be actually very bright. Maybe he just hasn't been engaged the way that he needs to based on his own individual needs. www.unitedparents.org. We also have some social media outlets there. There's a lot of great helpful links, stories, and interviews.
Well, thank you again for being on. And until next time, Richard Sennett signing off with Community Corner as we look into the nonprofits here in Ventura County. Thank you.